Well, that was interesting. I just finished a session where a dad brought in his baby. And I know people love to get hot and bothered about all things parenting decisions on the internet. Just declare that no babies were hurt. In this training session, we played some light classical music. We kept the conversation to a minimum. And the little guy snoozed for the whole hour while dad got in his workout. To me, that's an absolute win-win. Zooming out of it got me thinking that a huge part of what I've done as a fitness practitioner is work around these sort of interesting variables. For example, I've done training with a woman who had a service dog that would smell her seizure disorder and alert her if she was about to have a seizure. Fortunately for everyone involved, that never came to pass. I worked with a dude who had Parkinson's and who had all of the motor control issues that you might imagine come with somebody who has Parkinson's. I worked with a guy who had a cranial nerve lesion that basically meant his legs didn't work correctly. Suffice to say, I've seen a lot in 15 years. Zooming out again, it kind of leads me to believe that really, to some degree, is a never-ending configuration of exceptions and one-offs. And that's why I take a lot of exception with this one true fix and one true way stuff that sort of implies like, oh, if you don't do this way, you're not an athlete or you're not a real man or whatever the claim they happen to be making. Because it's like step number one is evaluate the goals of the person in front of you. Like, what do they actually want? That precludes some of the things that people offer as the solution. I don't want it. Why should I have to do it? Step number two is evaluate their abilities, their motivations, and interests. Because sometimes their goal is not congruent with their ability to put in the work. Step number three is what are the constraints of the training environment? Are they working out at home? Are they working out here? Are they working out in the gym? Do they have dumbbells? Do they have barbells? Do they have time? And then from there, you craft a solution that makes sense and get some of the results. Because ultimately, the only reason we do any of this stuff is to get some measure of results. And so if some influencer's one true way is antithetical to the things that you actually want, well, then there's no need to proceed to do them. So in a world where everyone is trying to tell you what exactly to do, I'm here to tell you, well, do whatever you want. Identify what you want, identify the means to get there, find someone you trust that can help you along the way, monitor results, and adjust accordingly. What those actual inputs are ultimately somewhat irrelevant.